Sister Franklin, now you've been with us like from almost the very beginning. After Mr. G, probably the longest. Yeah, you are the longest standing person other than Mr. G actually on the board. You know, this is the first NPIM Weekend away from Washington D.C. I mean, how do you feel about what happened here this week?
Oh, this has been exciting. I've really enjoyed it. In fact, this is the first time I've really had a chance to sit through the whole conference.
Yeah.
Right. Generally, when you're at home, you get pulled from this to that, and so I've never seen the whole thing. And I've sat in on a workshop and then disappeared and came back and that kind of thing. So this has been special.
As the founding board member, seeing what has happened with the ministry, are you surprised by kind of what's happening here, and what are your thoughts?
Surprised
by all of the growth that is occurring and the enthusiasm from the diverse number of people?
I've kind of been here to watch it all change. I mean, I've watched you struggle with our contingent in D.C. and trying to boost the sales of your training program, and I've watched you try different methods and try to outreach and whatever, and I think you just decided to reach out in a different direction, and it's working. So not surprised. Not at all surprised.
Now, you have a personal story on how BE impacted you personally. You already were in business.
Yes.
What was your impression of BE and how it's impacted you and your business?
Well, BE1 was a pretty, that was a big surprise to me. I never considered that business had anything to do with the Bible. I just thought they were two different things and totally unrelated. So going through BE1, I learned that there were lots of scriptures in the Bible that talked about profit and taking risks and being in business, and so as a result of that, I continued on and took BE2 and then BE3. I think by the time I got in BE2, I had started a business.
Yes.
And I think I was still working when I took BE1. And then when I took BE3, it was a big enhancement to me to be able to apply all of the tools that were provided in BE3 for the development of my business, and for me to focus my business because I was tending to want to pick up everything that anybody offered me. But because of BE3, I was much more focused, and I was able to discipline myself to say, no, that's not what I want to do. That's not where I'm going. And I know what I do is God's work, but nonetheless, I needed to be within the guidelines that God wanted me to operate in. So it was most useful to be able to define a scripture that said what I was and what I wanted to be, and to be able to then define the boundaries for what I was going to do.
What is your business, so they understand what you do?
I do consulting for affordable housing, for the development of affordable housing. I work with developers, tenant organizations, and local government entities that want to develop or rehab and preserve existing affordable housing, like Section 8 project-based housing. There are lots of other tools. Low-income housing tax credit is another resource that's used. A lot of local governments have their own programs that they use to help to make rents affordable for people who are low-income renters, or to make home ownership possible for low-income home purchasers.
Now, you were known kind of like the rock of the board, the person with passion.
That's not how y'all describe me.
We're going to kind of miss that. Now,
No, you're not. You got a new one.
You got a new one.
You just don't know it yet.
Now, how do you, what is it about, what is it that gave you that kind of passion and that just sense of determination even?
Well, I invested a lot of time and a lot of money.
A lot of money
in this organization. So, I was real concerned about what track it's on. I wanted to succeed, so I can say I was a part of that.
That's right. Well, do you feel that it's on the right track?
think that you are moving out, and I think that in the process that you may make some adjustments about which way you go, but that's a part of growing. It's a part of what you got to do. So I think that what my aspirations are is that you will continue to reach out or find a way to reach out to the urban, the people in urban areas, and particularly low-income people, because they are people who could really benefit from the resource that you have here in terms of improving their own life possibilities. So that's what I'd like to see happen, and I suppose I'm going to have to help figure out how to make
That's
that
right. I was going to ask you that. You're going to help. Do you like the idea of moving the NPIM Weekend around the country?
No.
You don't like?
I enjoyed coming to Atlanta. I really did. But
Ohio,
I'm
you're
not
not sure
sure
about
that's the answer. No, I'm not sure that that's the answer.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I'm not sure what the answer is. But we need to work on that a little bit more.
Now, what's in the future for Haynes Enterprise?
Well, Haynes Enterprise is continuing to do the good work that I've done. I mean, I'm really pleased. I get excited about helping low-income people find housing that they can afford and that is decent and meets their needs for their families. However, God has been asking me, or has been saying to me, that I should look into the green industry that is evolving. And
There's a lot of green here at this conference, wasn't there? There's a few green businesses
yes,
here.
there were some green businesses. In fact, your Clean Hands, Pure Heart is one, and then
the winner of the competition.
Right, and one of our new board members is involved in another green program, and actually he's got a marketable product. So I've been trying to identify something that I could do to get involved in this, because this is the coming industry. It's a growing industry, and it's going to be around for a while. So,
what's the thing that impacted the most at this event here in Atlanta?
Probably Pastor or Dr. Robert Watkins?
Oh, Dr. Watkins,
and, what's his name?
I heard Apostle Bundy was pretty good. Apostle Buddy?
Buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy. Yes, yeah. Both of them were really exciting. And then, of course, there's Pastor Crute, who is cute and just a dynamic person, and he was a wonderful host.
Yeah.
And so we really enjoyed I really enjoyed his facility and the hospitality.
Now the competition, you guys had a tough time picking the winner. Was it tough, the competition?
Yeah, there was. There was a lot of controversy about which one. We kind of agreed on the top two. But we went back and forth on which one should be the winner, and then we had the same problem with the third place, and so. It
was the first international competition. How did you like that experience being a judge?
Well, it was really interesting looking at the winners from the local areas, and being able to make a decision about which of those products or services were going to have the greatest impact. And I guess that's kind of what it came down to.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.